Saturday? You already know. Decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals. He was the talk of the town. Is going down. The word on the curve. You heard me. Let me just set this up real quick. You already know we right here at work. Just wanted to see what's cracking. Alrighty. Hope everybody's having a blessed weekend and staying safe. Make sure you stay safe because you already know the weekends is the most hectic time. Bro, like by my pad yesterday, that shit was cracking. All kinds of cops. So you already know. I'll just move this right here. So you always want to make sure you stay safe. Because it ain't no joke up in the jungle. Well, for those who live in the ghetto. Well, actually, you could pretty much crime could happen anywhere, but... And for those who are curious, I did drop a new video on my other channel, right? Talking about, answering all the questions of all the bull crap that happens on YouTube. And the last video on the subject, too. Because we tired of talking about that shit already. What's poppin', big dog? What's cracking, little Rich? What you getting yourself into, my boy? How's your weekend going? Your Saturday? It's going good or what? You already know we right here. We chilling, my boy. Does your workplace have a lot of narcissists? Actually, no. Actually, I don't think they have any right now. I don't really talk to that many coworkers, right? They're mostly older. I only talk to the ones that are like from the streets, like me, right? Because obviously we have something similar to talk about, right? But nah, pretty much there's no. There used to be like about 2 of them, so, but they got fired. What's cracking like in Johnny V? What you getting yourself into, my boy? The homie Sal is definitely up in the building. What's cracking like in, my boy? You remember a Italian crew named NFL near your neighborhood? Yeah, bro, no fucking limit. Now they're a gang, neighborhood felons. Yeah, they're old school. Yeah, they became a neighborhood. I cut my brocha today. I trimmed it. Eso es todo, carnal. Are they a gang now? Well, yeah, they've been a gang for a while. For like, I would say since the early 2000s, like 2005, 2006, roughly around that time frame. Yeah, but that was the one, the no fucking limit. That was an old crew too. One of the old school crews from back in the days, like WB. Remember WB? Wild Bunch? Or the West Side Criminals, or MTC. Well, MTC is a neighborhood now, but the tank crew before MTC, BUD, CAH. Remember CAH? Crazy and Hated. CML, Crazy Mexican Life. CMK, PBF, Proud Brown Family. Yeah, there was several. What's crazy like it, Mr. Pasa? Mr. Pasa's definitely up in the casa. Pretty good so far. Relaxing, getting some things done. Just whipped out the meal, so started getting ready for the bar rave downtown. Damn, that's right, my boy. Getting ready to live it up. Hey, that's good, my boy. Make sure to stay safe out there. Weird Trump. Serio, almost. He's almost finna take office. I remember their hit-ups. I moved out in 2003. Born in 81, bro. Orale, all right. Yeah, they had some talent back then, some talented individuals. I remember the late 90s. Yes, yeah. You remember Chaka? Yeah, you still see his hit-ups. I don't know if it's the same one, but you still see him. I remember CML. Yeah, they weren't that big. They used to go at it with CMK and CH. Crazy and Hated. Then you started getting all the other ones that came in the NH area, like UEC and fucking DTS and all that other shit. IBK and fucking. Swindle and Linwood. Serio? I feel you on that. I'm an antisocial coworker. Yeah. It's not really, much for us to talk about, and they like to, they're old school Mexican, so, they come with that bull jive. Shadow, you about my age? No, Simon Carnal. Yeah, we're pretty much from the same era. You're about like 3 to 4 years older than me. 3 years older than me. A few more days and you'll be on the other side of the. No mames. I miss the old neighborhood. That has changed on me a lot. Serio, yeah. I went to Victory Boulevard too, right there. That was my elementary. Did he ever like Big Locote's rap skills? Yeah, I thought he was cool. I thought he definitely had skills in rapping. Like he definitely, could hold his own on a rap song, right? Like he was a talented individual. I just felt like, he was just focused too much on shit talking and beef and just irrelevant shit, right? And like trying like I felt like his music was trying too hard, right? Like the whole demonic type feel, right? But it was different, right? It was something different. He was rapping about different stuff, even though it was like more on the supernatural or whatever the hell. But yeah, it was just like constant beef. It was just like like he pretty much dissed everybody and their mother. And people just I don't know. He was too focused in on rap beef. Yeah, but I guess it made for good entertainment, though. Those Rose is about to start on New Year's time of the year. Orale, that's right. Yeah, Simon, how you guys get that Rose Parade? Orale, I went to fair. Oh, all right, you went to fair. All right, cool. My thing is, I just go to work and get paid. I don't do that. Yeah, me too, bro. Faster. I'm the same way, bro. I come here to work. I don't come here to make friends. Big Locote, friends, I have too many of them as it is already. Big Locote was like a Chicano rap 50 Cent with the beef shit. Yeah, actually facts, because 50 Cent was another one that was always entangled in beef. As a matter of fact, that's how he got his career started, and he's not ashamed to admit it because even he himself said that that's what he was trying to do. He would diss as many rappers because he wanted them to diss him back for he became relevant. So hey, at least, I give him props. At least he's not ashamed to admit it. At least he's not like trying to make up shit. At least he's saying like, oh yeah, they never dissed me or nothing like that. I just dissed them because I knew that was gonna give me some kind of attention. He said it was all part of his plan. I think the Hungry Gina is about my age, maybe a year or two older. Yes, she is. Probably, maybe like 3 or 4 years older. Yeah, maybe probably like maybe a little bit more older than that. Nah, but not that much older. I feel like Big Locote was Loki trying to make. Yeah, probably. But don't get me wrong, like he had skills on the mic, like when it came to, pace, and you know, metaphoring things, right? Like the way, the grammar he used, right? He was thinking outside the box, compared to other rappers that just their raps are so redundant, right? It just sounds like it's repetitive, right? The same basic shit over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? And after a while, that becomes like Little Rob, tends to make that, have that error to him. Well, it's not an error because it works for him, but I mean, in my sense, right? He tends to do that basic, wording thing over and over again. So does Drummer Boy. Kind of like a brother Lynch Hung and Tech Nine vibe. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, yeah, you could say that. Yeah, the Chicano version. Yeah, I would say that though his beats weren't as methodical like Brother Lynch and Tech Nine's beats are, right? Because Big Locote tended to bring that style with more of the West Coast type beats to it, you know, just like just with a Chicano rap twist. Yeah, facts. So yeah, he definitely had skills, and it's crazy because if you look at his overall career, you know, from when he started to where he ended, you can see how through the times how he kept getting better and better and better, bro. Like he kept, working on his craft, modifying it, right? But you can hear the changes right through the albums, right? He started off like kind of like more of a slow and basic shit like everybody else, right? And then you start to see him get better as the times go. So he was actually working on his craft compared to like other people who just refuse to work on their shit and they just stay stuck with the same shit over and over, you know? Like like look at Mr. D, bro. Like from when he started to when he ended, bro, he's still the same. Still not going with the beat, still not right. While Big Locote, you can see the you can see the skills. Shadow remember a crew name Calle Fair Locos. Um didn't last though. I think I remember that. Do you remember what was it? Lauren Canyon Boys? Do you remember that one? That one didn't last either all that long. That was a Lauren Canyon Boys and a Lancashire Locals, but I think they ended up getting into 18. I remember those guys too. That was funny. Yes, they were around more. Yeah, Seymour. Yeah. Yeah, the guy from Lauren Canyon Boy. I remember it was him. It was I think it was two brothers, some chubby dude with freckles and curly hair. But he was a weenie though, bro. That fool was not down. He was scaredy ass fool. I remember he used to get punked right there on Indias. Remember Indias, the little store, the liquor store, Indias. It's not there no more, obviously, but liquor store was right in the middle of 18, so it's smacked in the middle. Yeah, them and Cohasset Street. I remember Cohasset Street too. I used to actually know like three dudes from Cohasset, Popeye, Mono, and Frankie from Cohasset, and I think they ended up getting into 18 too. But they had some older dudes too from their neighborhood. They were right there in the dead end, was on Cohasset, right there where the fucking Speedy's Tacos was at. And Speedy's Tacos was good, bro. Shh. You get the fucking tacos with the fucking frijol de la olla, and the aguacate. That shit was bomb, bro. I got their food was so good, bro. Like we were willing to get jumped because I one time got jumped waiting for my food. I didn't even get to get my food. Well, me and the homies got jumped. Because there was 3 of us and there was like fucking like 10 of them. I remember after some guy got all mad because like, I guess, you know, during the rumble and everybody falling over and whatever, some guy had his bike right there and the bike ended up getting fucked up and he was like, hey, my bike. Like, bitch, fuck your bike. Poor paisa. She had a lot of territory from Lancashire, the old Swami down to Oxnard. Yeah, and where Sun Valley Middle School was at, those apartments, and everything that's behind the Mango Tango, you know, where the Home Depot, in front of the Home Depot, all those dead ends, you know, in the Mango Tango. Because the Mango Tango was theirs, you know, like if you would go to the Mango Tango, that's where you would find them. También, a lot of them used to hang out right there. You know, we caught them there a few times. Ah, the desmadre. I feel like back in my time, there were more raza in Pasadena. Even in my first times, there's different. Yeah, bro, you know, times have changed. I always said that. Like, areas start to change. Like, even in areas like Burbank and Downey, where it used to be a lot of raza, and then now it's, you know, like, you know, mostly, you know, other ethnicities. Same with Compton. Compton used to be full of nothing but white people. And now you see, you know, a mixture of raza and, you know, the brothers. You know, so like I said, areas change. But as a matter of fact, back then, in California itself, in California, Los Angeles area, all this area, there was nothing but pure white people, bro. It was rare you would see, you know, raza or even, you know, brothers, bro. You know what I mean? This area was full of nothing but pure, you know, gabachos, homie. That's why you got, you know, segregation and why you had a lot of the injustice and a lot of the mistreatment towards the brothers and the raza. You know, people were like, hey, how come they just didn't, you know, say fuck these fools? Like, because they were outnumbered, my boy. These were different times. I know you see it now. You see nothing but raza and brother, but it wasn't like that before, bro. You know what I mean? And the reason why they just couldn't call the cops is because the cops were, you know, also participating in the beatings and the draggings and all that, bro. Because a lot of the police officers were nothing but pure, you know, white police officers that were racist, that belonged to, you know, KKK and other, you know, racist organizations, bro. So it's not like you were able to call the cops. So you had nobody, you know, standing up for your people. That's the reason why all these groups started to begin with. You know, why these individuals banded together and formed their own, you know, groups to, you know, patrol and protect the neighborhoods. Don't get it twisted. That is what they originated and why they started. Is not what they are nowadays. All right? Because I know that there's some people out there that try to say like, oh, well, they just are doing to protect the community. No, not no more. That shit, that dream and goal was left a long time ago, bro. That shit mutated into something completely different now. So what they started at and what they are now is 2 completely different things. Don't get it twisted now. Right? Like I said, but only tell you how it is. I'm not here to fucking feed people fucking fantasies. Did you see AC at the Conejo concert taco truck in? Oh, was he? That's right. I haven't scoped it out. Yeah, that's cool. AC always talking a good one. They ran their neighborhood, but everywhere knows who ran the show and the part of it. You know what? No, but look, I'm gonna say this about Gil. People can say what they want about Gil, but me, from experience, because you already know our neighborhoods, you know, you know the history right there, right? And I can tell you, Gil was out there, bro. Gil was out there, and he was really functioning, and he was really doing things for his neighborhood. I should know, trust me. You know what I mean? Not like a shot caller or anything like that, but he was putting in work. He was out there doing things. His name was relevant, bro. You know, I could tell you that much, bro. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm not, here to defend him or there's no need. Like, why would I? You know what I mean? Like I said, look, our neighborhoods don't even get along. Um, and like, there was a strong dislike, right, in my behalf because, I've been through a lot with them guys. So I feel some type of way still about his neighborhood, right? But I can tell you that, like I said, I'm not a hater, bro. I'm not a hater. I'm not, like I don't look to try to, but that individual he was about his business, bro. He really was. I know people see him now, he's an old, because he's older, right? But no, he's not like when he said he was out there. He really was. you know? You know. And maybe that's why he sometimes talks that way because, he starts to reminisce. You know what I mean? And maybe he feels that energy because he really was, out there throwing that energy out there. So I can't say that, oh, that fool was never about it, or I never heard of him, or I never seen him. Like, nah, he was out there, bro. You remember a group, the Mexicans in the 90s from Long Beach? Did you think they were any good? The Mexicans? Yeah, isn't it the with Mellow Mayonnaise, no? Happy New Year. How was your Christmas? Man, we were sick, bro. So, we spent it pretty much sick. It was all bad. Do you know who was Simon? That's respect from you, Shadow. That's you. Yeah, like I'm not a hater, bro. Like, um, he was out there. He does things. I'm not gonna come and fucking try to, like, you know what I mean? Like, be one of these individuals and let the stuff on the streets, now, make me come on here and try to, hate on the individual. You just gotta call it how it is. Because like I said, if individuals claim to be real, I don't know how people be saying that they're real and they be telling all these lies like, oh, that fools don't put in work or they were never out there. He never did nothing. Like, bro, when he fucking did, come on now. You know what I mean? So, I even said the same thing about Neil the Zod, and I never, had any run-ins with Neil the Zod, but my homies, I have homies that have clashed with Neil the Zod, and Neil the Zod handled business and never bitched out, and he put in work. You know what I mean? My homies, like I said, I have homies who, personally themselves, they have handled business, with him. And they all said the same thing, like, oh yeah, that fool was with it. And like I said, I mean, it's just me. Why would my homies lie to me about somebody who was an enemy? You know what I mean? Because I did ask about him. Because like I said, when it comes to his hood, there really wasn't that many of them, right? So I really didn't have any run-ins with them because they were a little bit more on that side. Do you know the Barrio Mexicans causing panic, gang in the UNA? Oh yeah, Simon. They were a crew too. That turned into a neighborhood. That was another old school crew. No disrespect to him. I'm talking about his neighborhood in general. Oh yeah. Like Sherman Knox Night. Was at the pros. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. Those guys were out there doing stuff, bro. You know what I mean? I wouldn't per se say that they ran North Hollywood. And that's not just me, my biased opinion on that, right? Because at that time, keep this in mind. At that time, everybody's neighborhood was at one hundo. In those times, everybody was deep, everybody was young and active, bro. Everybody was in all these neighborhoods were in their prime at that time, bro. Because even law enforcement and the laws in general too hadn't, how can I say, hadn't peeped game, right? They hadn't, set, rules and all that shit, to crack these neighborhoods down at the time, right? Because back there was times, man, you were able to get away with all kinds of shit. But anywho, so it was a free for all right there, bro. You know what I mean? Like everybody was fucking out there, and it was man, it was crazy, bro. There was all kinds of activities by everybody and their mother back then. you know. And it was cool because back then, a lot of people had pride that you were able to meet up in spots, bro, and handle it, right? Like 20 of their homies and 20 of your homies, and everybody got down one-on-one, bam, and you would have rumbles. And like that, no guns, no nothing, like rumbles. We had a rumble with 18, no Hollywood boys, one with LA locals. Like that, just, fists. And they showed up, everyone in their team showed up, and yeah, bro. Oh, I remember there was one time with, 18, and they rolled up with the West Side, whatever. The fools were deep, man. Oh, man, look at him over here. Man, why am I talking about this? That was just goofy. Stay in school, ladies and gentlemen. Because, like I said, it is not worth it. It's nothing but chaos and all kinds of shit. The shit that we found entertainment in. That is just crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a shit that I find fun. I don't know back then. Still a little now. Still. I'd be lying if I said I don't. Oh. Crazy times. By any chance, do you know if there's any gangs in Studio City? I'm just curious. Nah, there's not. Like, Clanton is like, their neighborhood is right at the edge of North Hollywood, when North Hollywood starts to turn into Studio City, right? But to say like in the actual area of Studio City, no. But that area does sometimes get confused for Studio City, but it's actually North Hollywood. But yeah, you're able to find Clanton right there. But like I said, they're still in the North Hollywood portion of it. He says they ran NH Chalice. I don't know about they ran. I thought, well, he's gonna say that because that's his pride. You know what I mean? Just like, I say that we run NH. I do in my raps. Go hear my raps. That's what I say. But that's my pride, bro, because that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Because of course that's how I'm gonna feel. You know what I mean? But to say that that's what it is, like, I know that everybody was out there doing their thing, but obviously, you're prideful in your neighborhood. Like I said, that's real emotions that you have set in that, right? It's not like we're trying to boost it up. It's just that that's how we feel. Because of course that's how we're gonna feel about it, right? Kind of like, when people say that they feel like their parents are the best parents, bro. Like, no, my dad was the best dad. You feel me? Like the same, the same emotions or how people see it, with their, family members, right? So it's the same how we're gonna view our neighborhoods. No one should crap on someone's name if they know better. Yeah, but you see a lot of individuals do it though. It was a mix in the 90s. Crazy. Yeah, yes it was. Thank God that the violence had calmed down a little bit. Yeah, actually, quite a bit actually. And it's for the best. Yep. I never got involved. I was just raising it. And that's good, bro. That's good that that you never chose to become, like I said, bro, like, there's no way of living life, and it's not a way that you want to raise kids to live their lives. And it's not like I said, was there good times? Is there good times? Yes, of course there's good times, and of course you meet like real friendships and all that, right? But at the same time, there was more bad than good, bro. All the times you got beat up, shot, stabbed, locked up, the shit that you put in your family through, you know what I mean? Like, it came with and the stress of everything, right? Trying to, fix all the problems and not even knowing, how to, right? And just the chaos of it all, bro. When you're on the run, bro, like just fucking the way you have to move around, and you know what I'm saying? Like the stress of it all, bro, like yes, you'll have good times and chilling and partying and everything, but then you have a whole lot of this too, though, and I think, people tend to, forget about that and leave that part out when it's like, nah, well, people got to keep that shit in mind, though, too, though, right? Um, because, like I said, anytime you slip, it's a wrap, bro. Your brother's like that, but like I said, you fuck up, it's done deal for you. All that family doing, it's flying out the window. Scandalous, fucked up, but that's the way it is, and we all know this. So that's why people can't even be bitching and shocked when it does happen. You were aware what happens if you break the rules. Come on now. Like, oh, come on, give me a pass. No, ain't no pass. You think federal law? The worst local state law. I I don't know about like FBI and all of that. They might take their jobs a little bit more professionally, um, than like local PDs. Primarily because they got more eyes on them. Tell me, street was very deep. What do you consider yourself? A gang researcher or an expert in gang? Nah, actually, I don't consider me no expert or nothing like that. The only reason why I know the information that I know about is because homies are the ones that are emailing me, sending me all that information, bro. Like I had no knowledge on none of that, right? Like I didn't know like what streets and all, or I even some of these neighborhoods I'd never even heard of. You know what I mean? But it's because these homies are, they tap in and they shoot me the information and let me know everything. I'm just repeating what is said in the email. You feel me? So I didn't have no knowledge about none of that. So it's not like, oh, I know everything about the streets or that and that. Nah, like that information is coming from those homies. I'm just repeating what they said. Like, so it's not like I'm the one that knew all that. You feel me? Hey, someone had this, the way haters will got this, by way, would you have responded the same way? I wouldn't have responded like through social media. I would have tried to find a way to, meet up with him and talk in person, right? Like see what's happening in person. I don't mean like fades and all that. Meaning like let's see what's really cracking, right? And then from there, and then look, once we're face to face, from there, if it starts to escalate into the fade or anything like that, then that's where it'll go, But it's not something that will get uploaded or talked about. You know what I mean? Because there's no reason for that, and it's a burn. Right? Because then it's like if you're trying to, prove something to the audience, or all of this shit is just a show for the audience. When it's like, well, if this is the gangster shit, if this is really about disrespect, there is no audience when it comes to this, right? Like this is not a TV show, so it's like, why are you trying to convince them or trying to prove something to them? You know what I mean? Like that's not what all of this is about. It's about him disrespecting you. You know what I mean? It's not about pleasing them or proving anything to them. You get me? Because then now it only leads me to believe that you only care or do all of this because you're looking to prove something to these individuals. So it's not how you are, but it's a gimmick you're putting on. Feel me? All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. We got to get back to it. It was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out.